Welcome back to my channel. I am going to show you a method and hopefully it works. I was late diagnosed with a lot of different mental health disorders in the past few months in April. And I'm getting these index cards and I'm writing them all down and I'm defining each and every one of them. And on the back of them, I want to put coping skills, and I'm probably going to label and identify each one with a number. So that way in my planner, I can put what number I'm experiencing that day. This is a technique that will help, I hope, ground me and help me to understand that I'm not abnormal. I've used a lot of different printouts that I've seen over the past few days in my phone. I've also used my expertise, my knowledge of myself, and these are just an overview, these are the biggest three. I also forgot PTSD, but that PTSD is, I feel, and anxiety and depression happen as a result of these. So I think that these would be a really good starting point. My autism, OCD, and ADHD, these two overlap here. And I just realized that they did and learned that they did with my doctor, and I did not know. So how they can overlap with autism. Well, first, if you don't know what autism is, it's a disability that can affect how you communicate, relate to other people, how you make sense of the world. It's definitely a spectrum. Back in the day, Asperger's was used, and it's no longer used in the United States anymore. It's now like level 1, 2, and 3 or whatever of autisms, but you can have social communication interaction issues, restriction or repetitive behaviors or interests. You definitely will have different ways of learning or moving or paying attention. I put right here extreme mental, physical exhaustion, loss of basic skills, headaches, and decision making, because those are like the ones that I struggle with. So that if I could see this at a glance and I'm having those things and I'm like, okay, it must be your autism today, or it must be your OCD today. I know that seems really extreme, but for the longest time, I've always needed answers. I needed to know what was going on within me, and I never had the answers, and I have had extreme behavior and meltdowns and shutdowns and reactions to a lot of this, and now finding out the answers is such a relieving process, but it is also very stressful. So how they kind of overlap with the ADHD and the autism: stimming, sensory issues, auditory issues, emotional regulation issues, interrupting, executive dysfunction, sleep. These are just to name a few. I am not a doctor. I do have a counseling background, but it is a special interest of mine. Planning and mental health is a really big special interest of mine. Also my faith. You probably see that plastered all over my videos, but I feel, and my husband, he helped me out a lot, because I called him in a complete frantic, I need help. And he helped me a lot. I'm going to also do a card for PTSD, but I'm not going to categorize those ones because anxiety and depression are always going to happen with any of these. Unfortunately, the levels will be very, very, very extreme too. But PTSD is something that happened to me because I was already a neurodivergent child, and then I was abused. So a lot of things happened to me because of that. So anyhow, my goal is to kind of like during the day, maybe laminate these and keep them close by to me. And like today, trying to figure out what it is that I'm having problems with. I'm not going to go into too much of that because it's just too personal, but I could see clearly that it was definitely these two today. But I think these are just who I am, and I've got to help myself, ground myself when I'm having these, unlabel them. If I could wake up in the morning and be like, okay, you know, having my day, and then all of a sudden I go down a spiral, I'll know, okay, if this is my ADHD coming on really strong, what do I do? Have I did my routine for my chores? Have I looked at my notifications? Have I took my meds? Have I did the, like, I'm not medicated on ADHD. I'm kind of nervous to do that. If you are, maybe you can give some feedback in the comments about what that is. I'm nervous to do that because I'm already on antidepressants and anxiety medication. So I'm just like, my doctor doesn't want to put me on this, but I'm nervous. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the comments open for this now that I think about it, but I don't know. We'll see how, when I watch this back, how I feel. But I'm going to continue to write over the course of the day, and I'm shaking. Oh my gosh. Let me hold it up like this. I'm going to continue to write over the course of the day some of the coping mechanisms that work for me, and then I can come back and share them, okay? So I have wrote out some things based upon what I know I need throughout the years, what has worked for me. And then I also wrote things that I know kind of work for both, especially when it comes to ADHD and autism. So autism, I need a dark room with my migraine cap. I go on this YouTube loop. I have ones that I just kind of loop and watch because I need to listen to the auditory, like the person talk. A comfort show. I need to limit the lights and the noise. I can hyperfixate on fun, low-cost projects. My weighted my blanket or my sweater, which is what I'm wearing right now. My sweater brings extreme comfort. I have to set boundaries, and while I'm in those moments, sometimes it's hard, but setting the boundaries could be with my kids, my husband, people, whoever. And then it's still right here, honey, but it's hot. Where is it? It's over there. It's hot. No, I didn't. I set the timer this time. She's like, did you burn them? Normally I have trouble. And I'm going to get to my ADHD, which is so funny because I had to set the timer to not burn her noodles. Soft clothes, no neck. When I can't seem, when I'm on a burnout, I can't seem to take care of myself. I'll use wipes to bathe myself. A cold towel to decompress. Film, sleep and cry help. And do not make permanent decisions, especially when you're in a burnout. So I guess, or like burnout, shut down, meltdown, do not make any permanent decisions because it's going to be bad. So ADHD, I need to have my routine for chores, writing it out, my electronic notifications and planner. We all know that, but I still have to write it. My timers for cooking. Work with hands, craft, cut, paste, write, film, talk in the mirror, record conversations. That's big. I used to do that a lot when I worked. Because I did a lot of repetitive stuff, which, hello, I need the repetitive behavior and an interest. So I did a lot of repetitive stuff in HR and like trainings. So I would record the conversations, and I have like a very good memory in that aspect. That's why, like with the autism and the ADHD, they overlap because I also have memory issues with ADHD, which is crazy. Crunchy food, hydrate, electrolytes. So I'm still kind of going through all this with the OCD. Confront the fearful thought, write it out, take my anxiety vitamin. The thought will eventually pass, so trust your father and pray. Limit the caffeine, call my husband or a trusted friend, go focus on a task like a chore, planner, cook, walk and pace around. What's going to trigger it is the ongoing stress of anxiety. So I was born with autism, and these things come about. I don't have enough information yet to figure out, like, was I born with this ADHD brain? I guess I was, because I guess the only reason why I gauge it is because my children have some of these exact same issues coming out the womb when they're like 2 and 3. So it just leads me to believe, but see, autism and ADHD overlap a lot. So that's why I know that this was the biggest thing for all of us. And then these are the things that come about. OCD is what will come about because of it's an anxiety disorder. So it's like what's going to come about with the extreme amount of anxiety. So this was very helpful for me. I still will do these because there are things that I need to do when I'm struggling with anxiety and depression. I wouldn't say I need to have a card for PTSD. Honestly, I just know that I have that, but obviously I understand how to identify my triggers. But these made me not cry, although it's okay to cry. Today I was struggling really bad, and this exercise helped me tremendously because it made me feel like I'm not alone, and it made me feel like there's a label, and I know that I can get through it, if that makes sense. So yeah, just thanks for watching this, guys. God bless you.